This is the one universal, consensus accepted institutional grade crypto asset in the world. There won't be another one this decade. That no other crypto token is going to achieve institutional acceptance this decade. Bitcoin is the only crypto that's going to cross the chasm. You could see the writing on the wall when the spot ETF of Bitcoin was approved in January. By the end of May, you'll know that Ethereum is not going to be approved. And when Ethereum is not going to be approved, sometime this summer, it'll be very clear to everyone that Ethereum is deemed a crypto asset security, not a commodity. After that, you're going to see that Ethereum, BNB, Solana, Ripple, Cardano, everything down the stack is just a crypto asset security unregistered. None of them will ever be wrapped by a spot ETF. None of them will be accepted by Wall Street. None of them will be accepted by mainstream institutional investors as crypto assets. There's no second best crypto. Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Now, why is it the best crypto asset? Because it's increasingly clear.
In the recent Bitcoin for Corporations conference hosted by MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor reveals his latest predictions for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. According to him, it is only a matter of time before everyone realizes that Bitcoin is the only viable cryptocurrency. He believes that all altcoins including Ethereum, Solana, and Dogecoin are bound to crash as soon as people realize that Bitcoin is only the truly decentralized asset. And of course, along with this, Bitcoin is set to reach newer heights like never before. Let's take a look at Michael Saylor as he explains his points.
How many times have you eaten junk this week? You're just wasting your money. Stop. You don't have time. Don't miss out this 2025 bull run. Educate yourself first ahead of the crowd. Skip your next junk meal and instead invest in your education. We have created the ultimate step-by-step crypto cheat guide that will guide you this bull run. Unlock the secrets of crypto and make smarter investments today. Now by clicking on the link below to get your exclusive copy just under $10.
As the other crypto assets fail because of competition, as the Solana competes with Ethereum, competes with whatever, as they fail due to regulation, as they get shut down or they get labeled unregistered securities by regulators, as they fail due to entropy, just the complexity of what they're attempting to accomplish, and they crash or they get hacked or they unwind, or as people move away from their projects, as those failures take place, all the users in the crypto ecosystem and all the capital in the crypto ecosystem is going to flow into the best network. It's going to flow into Bitcoin because Bitcoin has 100% crypto acceptance. If you talk to everybody in the world and you say, well, do you like crypto? Yeah, I do. Well, is Bitcoin legitimate? What's the most secure, what's the most credible crypto network? Well, it's Bitcoin. Bitcoin's the O positive, right? It's the universal donor, right? Everybody can't agree on anything else. If you talk to people in the crypto ecosystem and you ask them whether or not they like Solana better than this or Tether better than that or NFTs better than this, they can't agree on that. That's competitive, that's controversial, that's confusing. Everybody agrees on this one thing, Bitcoin. Bitcoin will be around for the long term. The industry was built on it. It'll be around long after most of the other industry participants are gone. Well, Bitcoin's not just the best crypto brand. It's the best investment brand. There is no second best investment brand. People know about the dollar, but dollar's not an investment unless you're in a country with the currency collapsing. And if the currency's not collapsing, then you need a different investment. Okay, Bitcoin's the most widely held investment asset in the world, right? People are coming to grips with that. This is the one thing everybody recognizes. So the question is why? Why? It's not the first, it's not the only. There's 2.5 million copies. Why? It's because of the Immaculate Conception. What is the Immaculate Conception? By the way, it's such a simple idea, and yet everybody that's copied Bitcoin hasn't got this simple idea in their head. Satoshi created a way. He gave it away. And he went away. Walked away. That's the idea. There's not a single major company in the world where someone created the company, gave it to the world, and walked off. And in fact, if you look at every other crypto asset, there is no Satoshi, right? In fact, the way you know that they're not commodities is they're all arguing that they're commodities. Satoshi's not arguing anything. Satoshi went away, gave it to you, right? And this is the essence of it. If something's going to be a commodity, there can't be a beneficiary. Satoshi gave up control of the protocol. Satoshi gave up the Satoshi coins. Satoshi stopped trying to influence the network. It was a gift to the world. That's what makes it an asset without an issuer. If you go and make a list of the next 100 cryptos and you go down the list, you're going to be hard-pressed to find that. But that's a simple asset test. By the way, it's a lot easier than the Howey test. You know, if you wanted to figure out whether you're a security, if you created something, did you give it all away to someone else? Did you never sell it? And are you gone and not arguing over it? And then maybe it is. So I have simple advice for someone that wants to create a digital commodity, right? Give it away and walk away. Bitcoin is not just the best digital commodity. It's the best commodity, right? Bitcoin's the only commodity in the world, that's digital. Everything else is a physical commodity. And because it's digital, it's fixed in supply. Everything else is physical, therefore not fixed in supply. That makes Bitcoin superior to gold, and gold is the king of commodities. Where are we now? Bitcoin's on a path of evolution from the idealist to the institutions. The first dozen years, it was the era of the idealists, the cypherpunks, you know, the libertarians, the entrepreneurs, the crypto cowboys. Right? You know the story. It's been written about. People will probably make many more movies about it. What was 2020 to 2024? The crazy years, right? Starting with COVID, ending with the approval of the spot ETFs. It was the crazy years. What's going to happen to crypto? Who's going to control crypto? Will it be regulated, right? Will Bitcoin be banned? Will it be hacked? Will it be copied? We resolved that in those 4 years, and now we've come out of the crazy years. Now we're in the era of institutional adoption. Institutions, corporations, and investors are going to define the future of this network from 1 trillion to 100 trillion. And that's appropriate, right? From 2008 to 2020, the network went from 0 to 150 billion. And between 2020 and 2024, it went from the 150 billion to 1.4 trillion. So you can see how this is lining up. Of course, institutions and corporations are going to join this network. They have all the money. It's a monetary network, right? At the end of the day, you have a monetary network, then people with all the money, that run the money, that need the money, are going to join the network. It's the global digital asset network. It's the internet of money. It's the securities, or Bitcoin-backed securities, are being issued worldwide, everywhere, at an accelerating rate. This year, right, you saw an explosion of spot ETFs in the US, but look at all the ETFs in Hong Kong. Look at all the ETFs in Europe. This is the beginning, right? You're going to see more and more and more. Every one of these companies is joining the ecosystem. They're securitizing. And it's not just this MicroStrategy security. Options are security. There are options and derivatives on the securities. There are bonds on the securities. This is exploding. It'll continue. Every Bitcoin miner is a security. One day there'll be 1,000 securities or 10,000 securities, all backed by Bitcoin. Same with corporate treasuries. Bitcoin treasuries are growing rapidly, right? They keep this chart up every month. It's never declining. The chart's not ever decreasing. It only goes one way. Bitcoin is a capital ratchet. It's a one-way ratchet, right? Archimedes said, give me a lever long enough and a place to stand and I can move the world. Bitcoin is the place to stand. The leverage is coming via all these securities, all these corporate treasuries. right? And the leverage is getting to be extremes. The more leverage that gets put on this network, the bigger the network's going to get.
Meanwhile, Raoul Pal, founder of Real Vision and a notable figure in the crypto market, shares a different outlook. He predicts that Ethereum will soon surpass Bitcoin as we approach crypto summer, which is a period characterized by heightened interest in altcoins. He foresees that later this year and into 2025, the prices of these altcoins could explode. His bullish points are based on historical data, which reveals that those notable altcoins have outperformed Bitcoin after its previous halving events. He points out that another factor that could boost this possibility would be the investor sentiment that has been leaning towards a more positive outlook on cryptocurrencies since the launch of the spot Bitcoin ETFs. What do you think of this news? Let us know in the comments. Now, here are more clips of Michael Saylor.
Bitcoin's the best idea. There's no more powerful idea than the digital transformation of capital. Right? What are you going to do with this? Well, you're going to improve your life, your family, your product, your service, your company, your institution, your government, or your world, right? Improve them all, right? It's pretty straightforward how you do it. You've got pure economic energy. It's not the solution to every problem in the world. It's just the solution to half the problems in the world. But every other problem in the world, you're going to need economic energy or economic power to solve it. And this is how you harness and channel that power. No force on earth can stop an idea whose time has come. This is an idea, its time has come, it's unstoppable. It's making news on Sunday afternoon, Bitcoin. When there's a scare of a war, what's crashing? What can you sell? Bitcoin. When you decide the war's not coming, what can you buy? Bitcoin. What is there to tweet about, talk about? Bitcoin. What do you cover on YouTube on a Saturday or Sunday or midnight on the East Coast? Bitcoin. Right? Everybody's got something to say about it. What is it? Well, and why is it? Well, first of all, it's the most widely held asset in the world because it's a standardized economic unit. Right? I mean, maybe we own watches, but we own different watches. Maybe we own buildings, we own different buildings. Right? Maybe your building is worth more in Paris, but how does that help my building in Los Angeles? We're not on the same team. We're not on team building. Right? We're not on team watch. And good luck, trying to invest in like Apple stock in Nigeria, right? And so what is Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin's the economic solution to everybody. It's a global economic solution to billions of people, right? And what does it become? It's become cool. Bitcoin's cool. It's useful. It's global. It's standard. There's a standard investment brand. It's called Bitcoin. It's always interesting. It's egalitarian. You can buy $1 billion worth of it, and it's a pretty good idea to buy $1 billion, but you can buy $23 worth of it. And if you look at the wealthy in the world, they buy buildings, but how's a cab driver in Nigeria supposed to buy a fraction of a building, right? How does it impact the other 7.9 billion people that can't afford a building, right? This is egalitarian capital, egalitarian property, and it's prestigious, right? So this is the ultimate luxury brand. People used to buy the nice watch, so they figured they could sell it if they ever needed to eat or pawn it, right? But you'd much rather have Bitcoin in your watch. Bitcoin's the best digital commodity. There's no second best digital commodity. What is a digital commodity? It's the only crypto in the world recognized as an asset without an issuer by all major regulators. By all major regulators. Okay, the Chinese recognize it. The Russians recognize it. Right? The enemies of the U.S. recognize it. In Singapore, in the UAE, in the U.S., in Brazil, everywhere.
Do you agree with Michael Saylor's belief that Bitcoin will be the only crypto asset to rise in the long run? Or are you leaning more towards Raoul Pal's perspective? Share your thoughts in the comments section and continue this discussion. If you enjoyed this video and would like to always stay updated with the latest crypto news, be sure to give us a like and subscribe to the channel for your daily dose of crypto content. Hit that bell icon so you never miss out on any important videos from us. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in our next video. For more Daily Dose Crypto news, check out these 2 awesome videos on your screen. Click now and we will see you on the next video.